So Wendy, I wanted to talk to you about Eat Beautiful, your book, because you are always about skin. That's something that I knew when I first met you, and it's this trait that you have through your work. It's always about how the skin looks, but it's not about makeup necessarily. So what are the important things that you put in this book?
Lots of people ask me about how you have great skin, what you need to do, and I want to say there's like a triangle of everything you can do to make sure that you look as young as possible, and that is eat seasonally and eat organic and eat proper food, not processed food. Work out, exercise, you need to move the body is super important, and good skincare and looking after your skin, because you can protect and nourish your skin. And I suppose it's from the inside out, you nourish with the food and everything. So it's primarily about having great skin. And these are the only three things you can do to slow down the aging process without having surgeries or or alternatives like Botox.
But that whole thinking is very much in tune with what people are doing now, because the whole nutrition, the inside outside thing, is what everyone's talking about. Nobody had properly made the connection before between the food that you eat and the effect it has visibly on your skin, but you've put all of that together in here.
I've done it because I do it myself and I've always done it, and I knew when I lived in Paris, I lost weight and I didn't know why, and I looked better. I was drinking a lot of red wine.
Antioxidants.
I was looking really good, and I couldn't figure out why. But what I did figure out was that you could only get food that was in season, but you couldn't get this in the UK. So then when I came back to the UK, I wanted to be organic, which was quite difficult, and
at that time,
and so I'd go to farm shops and stuff like that, and I like cooking. Cooking's like makeup. It really depends on what your style is and how and what your taste is like. Every time it comes out slightly differently, so that's okay too.
How long did it take you to plan all the menus and actually do the book? Because there's so much in there. I mean, I constantly refer back to this. I like the way that it is seasonal as well. You've broken it down into spring, summer, autumn, winter, and you've tied that external nutrition, the sort of looking after your skin, with internal nutrition of food. So how long did it take you to put it together?
Most of the recipes I knew because I cook, and then I made stuff up. I thought, this is in season, I really need to do something for that. So I would come back from working in a studio and go, right, I'm going to cook something with kale, I'm going to cook this and that. But I kind of had ideas anyway, so it was just kind of like changing it slightly for the key vegetable of that season or whatever it might be. So that I had a lot of my sleeve. A couple of my friends cooked too, so I got some recipes from them. So that was quite quick. A lot of the skincare tips I've had in my head forever. So that's kind of was already done. I suppose the more writing about each vegetable took the longest.
Did you have to research that? Did you feel as though you needed to know more than you knew?
I did research it, but I did have a nutritionist work with me on it. And all the skincare things, these are things that I'm known for ages, and people always ask me stuff. So I thought, well, why just don't I put it into a little Bible as such?
But it's a really good, for any woman or man of any age, it's a really good guide to how ideally you should live your life, but I don't think it's too hard to follow. A lot of those things feel quite distant, and you just think, oh yeah, I'm never going to keep that up.
It's not a diet, and it's really about what works for you. All the food is gorgeous.
So I remember coming to the launch party and actually you cooked me lunch in New York that time. It was so delicious. So nice.
Because, I think, food should be made with love, and it needs to look amazing.
Some great dinner party recipes.
Yeah, and I love all that. I like entertaining.
And I see that you've done a Polish version.
Oh, yeah.
When's that coming out?
This is out.
So is that out? So that's the first translation. So this is the British version, and that's the Polish version.
And Rubik, a friend of mine, is a Polish supermodel, and she talks in the book, because I do have a foreword by Sienna Miller. I have quotes by Anya Rubik, Victoria Beckham, Suki Waterhouse, Cara Delevingne.
So these are all women that you work with regularly. You know them really well. You know that they're of the same mindset as you.
Yeah, and you know, I'm basically telling you why you should listen to me because I know my shit. And I break it down. I make it really easy. I talk about all skin complaints and why they actually happen, so you have a better idea of what you can do to stop it. Because sometimes when people explain skin problems, they make it so difficult.
It gets a bit scientific rather than actually what can I do practically to fix it. Yeah.
It's just that really basic, this is why it happens and this is what you should avoid. And you know, there's some funny little stories in there. I always think people remember a story. I just think storytelling's much easier for people to understand, and
it's very easy to dip in and out of as well.
And it's got nice pictures.
Yeah, exactly, which makes a difference. You want to be inspired. You can't want to think, oh God, I want skin like that.
And why can't skin like that? And also, I mean, I've got lots of pictures of the food because I really believe that if you make something, I want to see what it's going to look like at the end. Don't just tell me something, imagine it.
Oh, it's inspiring, isn't it? You want to eat that straight away.
Like.
You want that feeling of summer,
what is
that
that
freshness.
You buy a toy, you know, is it the same as is in the box?
We're such a visual society. I think you have to be, everybody is so inspired by images, so you have to show things looking beautiful to get people to want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to eat all that.
Oh God, I'm drooling. Absolutely starving just looking at it. In fact, you made that for me in New York, I think. You did that delicious...
A Thai fish.
Yes, and it was so delicious, and the sauce was really special.
I mean, I'm always cooking things out of my book. I mean, I sound like a sado, but it's because I've done them all the time. You know, so it's quite easy, and I think, oh, maybe I'll make that. And then sometimes I think, how did I make that again? Because I kind of threw that together.
But now you've got the ultimate reference.
A lot of times I reference back to my book and I think, why did I put in that? Because that was quite major. Yeah. You know, but
well,
when
it makes
cooking,
a difference.
You change it up a lot, I do.
Yeah. So we mentioned food and then somebody just popped up. Somebody heard what we were saying.
This?
It's a hungry Teddy Rowe.
He's always poor in the book. He's always looking for the book.
Page 73.
Yeah, he's like, how can I make my hair look good? How can I make my hair look good?
Don't need it. It's not just recipes. There's a complete guide to any kind of skin problem that you might want. There's a massive section on that. So, and it's for all ages as well, isn't it?
And simple things like, you know, I've done mask and toning water. There's a part about non-negotiable things that you cannot negotiate with. I mean, it's not that boring, Teddy. I mean, yawning. How rude. You know.
So that's your non-negotiable skincare routine. So it's everything you absolutely ought to be doing.
You can't
drop those.
But it's not a lot. It's really small like that. You know.
It's only 2 pages.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, these are the non-negotiable things.
I would see.
It's only that. It's very small.
So it's cleansing, oil or night cream, face mask, and then exfoliate.
Yeah, these are the, you know, but you don't have to do this every day.
Yeah.
You know, some of them were just once a week. And I'll just explain what a cleanser is, what a toner is. So, you know, you start to understand. There's infusions, there's things for mature skin, eczema, psoriasis, teenage skin. And, you know, that's a bit funny, you know. We all, you know, it's all great when you've got teenage skin and you're a bit spotty. But your mum and dad are going to have to pay for that skincare. So be nice and don't be stroppy. Because maybe they might buy what you want.
Stroppy and spotty.
Yeah, stroppy and spotty. Not a good look.
Do you have a favourite recipe from here?
You know what? A quick fallback for me is a kale soup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's super easy. There's a lot of really easy recipes.
Found it.
Yeah, it's kale and fennel, and fennel's good for the hormones, and it makes the soup really creamy. Yeah. And I always feel like really healthy when I've eaten it, and it's a good night time, and it's good if you're watching your weight. That's a good eat. Really good for this time of year. Got garlic in it, so all of those antioxidants. All greens, loads of antioxidants. And it looks beautiful as well. That colour's really jewel light. I mean, them bowls I got when I lived in North Africa. Oh, which was a long time ago. When did you live in North Africa? When I was 21.
I didn't know you lived there.
Yeah, I did. I lived there for a year.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I speak some Arabic. I'm not going to bore you. I don't do one of the models that came in the other day.
So forget Polish, we're going to have the Arabic version next. So there's a section in here which is your herbal pharmacy. So that's alternative remedies for different things.
No, it just explains to you what certain herbs can do for you and how you can use them.
Right.
You know, so, you know, sometimes chamomile you can drink and you can also use to hit like on the skin.
Oh, like a cold compress or something like that. Yeah.
So things like that, you know, what they're good for, why it's good to put them into certain foods and stuff like that. You know, certain things are antioxidants. It just gives you a lot of, you know, mint's good for the digestion, so is ginger.
And there really is an awful lot in it. It's a complete
and I've
guide.
tried to make it super easy, so it's really easy for people to understand and easy for people to cook, not complicated. If it takes a long time, I say beforehand.
Yeah.
I do tell you how many calories are in things, so you know what you're eating.
People want that, don't they?
Yeah, I want
even if
that.
they're not necessarily dieting, they just want information. They want to be informed. You have to do all of that groundwork.
Yeah.
Ooh, walnut brownies.
They're good. Yeah, they're good.
I remember at your launch
I made these
party.
I made these the other day.
Got any left?
No, but the problem was I made a bit of a mistake because I actually made them in New York, and I've got really small cake tin.
Yeah.
Here I was in a rush and I just ran out and bought like bigger ones and they didn't work. They were rubbish. So note to self: I'm always making
Only do
small
the mini
because I
ones.
didn't think about that, you know.
Mini lemon tarts.
Yeah,
you should have read your own instructions.
I read the book.
Thank you. Thanks very much. That's great.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I refer back to this all the time. I'm constantly making things from it. And there's not many recipe books I go back to. And I think of it as a recipe book with beauty benefits.
I do. Well, I know the beauty, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
I hope I'm going to see you soon.
All right, you will definitely see more of me. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for listening. I hope it was insightful.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.